Okay, we're doing 36. You can see these lines are parallel and transversal. Okay, that's what this is, transversal. And it creates 8 angles, right? 4 are small ones, like these. They're congruent. 4 are large ones, they're congruent. So that's this one. Then the large one and small one of each will be supplementary, because that means 180. Okay, that's always going to be the case. Could be these two, could be these two, could be these two, as long as one small, one large. 37. They gave you something, they want you to prove something. Okay, just remember, given is always the first line, and the proof is always the last line. Okay, so let me show you the pictures. 4 lines, right? M and N are parallel. See the small letters? That means a line. Parallel, that means like 1 and 9 are congruent. Okay, because corresponding angles. Right? See this right here, transversal. They're both on the left side and top. 1 and 9. So I write it down. 1, 9, because reasons, corresponding angles. Number 3, 13, 16. These are vertical angles. They're always congruent. Okay, so I put it down here, 13, 16, vertical angles. Then they give you another info, 1 and 6, 16. So if these two are congruent, then we can say these are congruent, right? Because they're all the same, because 1 equals that, 16 equals that, and these are congruent, so these two must be. So you just substitute, okay? So 9, 13, and substitution is the reason. So now if you see 9 and 13, if these two are parallel, these are corresponding angles. So now, if they are congruent, these must be parallel. So I write down P parallel Q. And the reason is if corresponding angles are congruent, okay, that's angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. That means these two lines are parallel. Now we're doing 38. Again, they give you something, proof. So you write the given, first line, given. Last one, here. You see these two triangles, right? You can see this is vertical angles we're going to need to use. They told you these two angles are congruent. So that's angle, angle, and ABDE, that's a side. So it's going to be angle, angle, side. So we write it down, right? Given already. Then ACB, DCE. ACB is here. DCE is here. See, they're vertical angles. Okay, they're congruent. So I write it down. They're congruent, vertical angles. Then I have angle, angle, side, right? Because AB, DE is here. So then I have these two triangles congruent, angle, angle, side. After that is always CPCTC. Okay, it's the last one here, and the CPCTC. That's corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Okay. All right. That's 38. We're going to do 39. See two triangles? They're saying this is perpendicular to this. Okay. This is a perpendicular. So these are right angles. Okay. Then C is the midpoint, so that means this and this are congruent. Okay. So we're going to have right angles. Okay, and congruent. Then they told you AB, DC, so AB, DC are congruent. So this is going to be side, angle, side. Okay, so statement, reasons, given. So I'm going to put all this given here. Okay, all this stuff here. Then BCCE, BCCE, because of midpoint. So we say definition of midpoint. Angle B is right angle, right? Definition of perpendicular lines, or AB perpendicular to BE. Okay. Same with this angle, but this angle we have to call it DCE. Okay, see, going this way, that's it. Okay, if you call angle C, you could mean any of these angles. So we can't use angle C. So DCE is right angle. Again, definition of this perpendicular to that, right? Perpendicular. Then angle B congruent to angle DCE. So these two, because they're both right angles, right? So they must be congruent. So we can say right angles are congruent. Then we're going to do a triangle, ABC, congruent to DCE. That's side angle side, right? Side angle side. Then after that is always CTC, and it's angle A and angle D, because they correspond. Okay? So 40. See, these are similar triangles, okay? Small one and the large one. Okay, so we're gonna, they already told you these two are parallel. Then you know this angle or congruent to this angle, right? Because they're corresponding angles when they're parallel. So that we write it down. This parallel is given ADE, ABC, right? Oh, ADE, ABC. So these two are congruent. Corresponding angles, okay? Then AED and C, right? AED and C, they're congruent. So now we have angle, right? So triangle ADE and ABC are similar, okay? Similar. One is larger, so we call it similar. That's angle. That's a good reason. So that's proof. Then when we want to do the calculations, remember it's 15 over 9 equals x over 12. 15 over 9, x over 12. See, they correspond, right? They're on the top, bottom. Then you cross multiply. 9x and time this is 180. So then you divide. So x is 180, 9 is 20. Same with y, a little bit different, because y has matched 30, then is 9 matches the whole side. We have to add this and that to make it 24. Okay, so this 24 is 9 plus 15. So now we do 9 over 24 equals y over 30. Then you again cross multiply, divide. So 270 divide 24. It's a fraction, so I'll just leave it like this. And do one more, 41. You can see this shape, right? 20 becomes 40. These two triangles, similar. 25 becomes 50, right? So you can use side, remember vertical angles, and side, right? 2 times, same angle. So we're going to use side angle side for the A. And for the B, you can see it's 2 times, right? 2 times. So 30 times 2 is going to be 60. And that's what L is.